The Toho Company makes wonderful monster movies that we at Lazy Alien absolutely adore. We want to share our love of these films with the world, and with that in mind, we also want to mention that some of these clips do not belong to us. We've made this video for entertainment purposes only, and the clips we've used should fall under fair use. The films featured within are the property of the Toho Company, and if you like these videos, buy their films. Godzilla, King of the Kaiju, would appreciate it. What's up, guys? It's Kevin, Cypher, Matt, and Gord with Lazy Alien.
We're back!
And we're finally back with another episode of King of the Kaiju. For our fans who have missed us so dearly, David, we're sorry it takes us so long to put these things out, but...
We're so sorry!
We put a lot of effort into these things, believe it or not. So today was episode 7, which was a Bio-Horror of the Deep / Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. Because we kind of had to take 2 runs at this thing. We had the original Japanese Bio-Horror of the Deep, and it gave us some technical difficulties.
Yeah, with the subtitle.
It gave Kevin some technical difficulties.
Just play it. It's a fucking AVI. It's the oldest fucking file format in the world. Figure it out. A fucking abacus can play this shit.
I had some real difficulties to that one, but instead managed to find the American release, Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, so that's what we watched today.
That was interesting.
What did you guys think of Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster?
Well, that dubbing was absolutely freaking terrible.
You're the one who thought he'd make a good story, so you take care of him. What am I gonna do now? What's wrong?
Yeah.
I watch nothing but dub, so when I see terrible dub, I'm like, this hurts my brain so much.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was a lot of brain hurt moments there, and
There was. And yeah, most of it came through that dubbing. It was like nobody's face matched their voice at all. They're...
Then you don't believe what I say. You must let me see the chief of police right now.
I can't do that, you see. No jurisdiction. You understand, huh?
Captain, it's terrible. A terrible thing.
Man, he's sure funny.
There was this guy who sounded like a Skeksis from the Lost Crystal.
To be exact, it was the Chamberlain.
he sounded like the Chamberlain Skeksis from Dark Crystal. Yeah, just that.
Oh.
I should have put him on the table.
Well, is he behind us here?
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he's right up there. Here we are,
But-
Chamberlain. Sounded like that dude right there.
Don't make jokes.
Sorry.
I hate your whimper!
So we had like some weird dubbing, and the plot was all over the place at first. I'm gonna like go ahead and say I didn't really care for this movie.
You broke into my boat. You can stay the night, but tomorrow you gotta disappear.
What is happening in this movie? I was annoyed by a lot of things in this movie.
The entire movie.
You know what I liked about it? We got to see Godzilla fight a lobster.
We did.
Like that's kind of cool, right? Like
As usual, all Godzilla fight scenes were awesome.
Oh!
The other one?
Oh! Yeah!
The dog gets ya. The thing I think I found the coolest was the fact we actually got to see his eyelids
Open and close.
Oh yeah, there was a lot more use of the eyes.
I was like, oh my god, they're not just goggles.
It's really cool to like slowly see Godzilla's suit become like more articulated and more real looking, and
It's also very interesting to see where a lot more of the movement emphasis is. Like in this one, he was very army, like very dancey, like, let's go. Like,
made a
put
lot
up your
of
dukes,
gestures
like,
in
let's
this
go. Yeah.
I think that was kind of to take away from the fact, I don't know if any of you noticed when he was standing still, how much his suit was actually sagging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Like,
forward
it
a
looked
lot.
slightly
It looked like a
different
big
from the
rubber
previous
suit.
one, and it
Yeah.
looked like it was sagging a lot more. He had more of a beer gut, and I was like, why does Godzilla have a beer gut? And
I definitely-
like, especially when he was sitting down, and he passed out sitting down. I was like, Why are you sleeping like a panda?
I feel like there might have been more opening in the under half of the costume. That's why they kept a lot of the scenes where he was keeping his butt down. Because I mean, to get up in that particular, it looked like it was a full piece, right? Like, like even with the neck and like, because I think maybe that wound also helped as like maybe a breathe hole or something.
Maybe.
Like,
because that's where Nakajima's head is. To my
yeah,
understanding.
yeah. To be completely, it was right there. Because you know that's an extra like 3 feet on top of him. Like so.
So according to behind-the-scenes trivia, Godzilla's suit got pretty beat up during this movie. The first suit was the one introduced in Invasion of Astro Monster, but it needed to be switched out, with only its head remaining, for the suit from Mothra vs. Godzilla. And let's remember, that suit got set on fucking fire. So in short, Godzilla's suit is a mess in this movie simply because the filmmakers put it through absolute hell.
It was an interesting one because like we got to see Mothra here and there. And then more at the end.
Like, he was sleeping, or she was sleeping the whole time, but...
By the way, we're not explaining the plot because we didn't really... were able to follow the plot.
Yeah.
It's a weird plot.
There were parts that still didn't even get explained. Like, what exactly was the red bamboo, which was a... What were they doing?
They're making nuclear weapons on this island secretly. And they'll destroy the entire world.
Enemy.
So a guy wanted to find his brother who was lost at sea. So he hijacked a boat that was piloted by a bank robber who was on the run, and they all kind of team up together with this girl from Infant Island to stop the red bamboo who are doing something.
They're making nuclear weapons on this island.
With radioactive...
And, yeah, something.
Nuclear weapons.
And they're constantly trying to keep Ibira away, because Ibira keeps fucking with the ships and something, and they really didn't make any
and they'll destroy the
sense
entire
in
world. And they'll destroy the entire
other than
world.
to try and get these 3 monsters together in some way.
And they'll destroy the entire world.
Like, what?
What is this stuff? We make it with the red bamboo. They use...
It seems like they're trying to like find a way to connect Mothra in every single movie somehow. You know what I mean? Like, how many times do we go back to Mothra?
I mean, it doesn't look like Mothra's gonna wake up, period.
I'm hoping like maybe his eyes will light up blue or something so he can like tell that he's awake, or if he's just...
Well, Mothra's supposedly a fan favorite.
And
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying like it's...
No, I mean I think that's why they kept bringing him back.
I mean, if you think about it, he did help defeat Ghidorah with their...
Yeah, he's kind of like Godzilla's like...
How much did Mothra brush off Godzilla at the end of this?
Right,
he was like, what the fuck? Fuck you, I've beaten you like in larva form. So fuck you, okay? I can fly away.
You lazy piece of shit.
Oh my god, why does it take so much? And his eyes lit up. Why did it...
And the antenna started moving.
Because they're dumb.
No. But I want to kill them. No. Mother's like, yeah. Bye. Alright. You really want to do this, Godzilla? Okay.
Strong one, too.
And he's like, where in oh, you bastard.
He dusted it up a bit and then
like,
grabbed the piece and left.
He was a beast in this one.
Yeah, pretty much just like, he's
like,
waiting.
I'm the boss.
And waiting, and it's like, no, I still got about like 2 minutes before I'm cutting it real close to go pick them up off this island that's just gonna disintegrate. Like,
but he kind of knew not to fight because like he had a quest kind of thing. So, you never know.
Well, again, I think he's more of like a Gamera type. He's like a people savior.
Yeah.
Whereas
right?
Godzilla is
like he
more
probably
of
knew that something was going to happen because Godzilla even knew at the
saving
end.
people. He just has to worry about fighting.
It seems like Godzilla is just like a force of destructive force of nature who can like occasionally be directed.
Yeah, so they can occasionally be like, let's aim him over here.
Which is basically what they did with this movie. Like the little group of people who are trying to escape the island end up trying to wake up Godzilla
because they find him in underground just.
He's sleeping in a cave.
I knew it. I knew he was in there.
He's just down there.
Yeah, I knew it.
He's
He's
like,
hanging out down there.
No,
Sleeping.
he's like fucking
knocked out.
knocked the fuck out.
So they try to wake him up to basically serve as a distraction to the red bamboo to let them get away.
Yeah.
Was he sleeping with the way that it looked like he was laying? Like, it literally looked like he got, like, boot fucked into that mountain and just
legitimately
collapsed
looked
there.
like he got so drunk and passed out.
or something like that, yeah.
And was just done.
Yeah,
Like,
and once they, like, you know, electroshocked him awake, he's still fucking nursing some sort of hangover because he just, he walks, and there was this moment where we were all really confused because that little woman from Infant Island, she got kind of cornered between the red bamboo and Godzilla, and...
Yeah, sure that. That's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking close. I love you, don't touch me.
It almost looked like he's seen her while she was moving, but once she stopped moving, he doesn't know where she is. Oh, he passed out. He passed the fuck out. She's like hiding by this rock, and he just kind of starts staring down at her, like just staring at her, and then she starts to like stop moving, and then like
she's like cowering away, and then it seemed like he lost sight of her for a second,
and then sat down, and then closed his eyes
just
and passed the hell out. And we're like, what is going on here? Like,
get ready for this one, folks. This movie was originally supposed to star King Kong in Godzilla's place. This is why he is recharged by electricity, and this is why he is briefly fascinated by a pretty girl before he falls asleep. We just didn't get the fascination part because it's Godzilla. He doesn't usually care about any people, ever. In a lot of the other movies, I found it really easy to get into Godzilla's head. Like, they were really good at kind of showing what he was thinking.
yeah.
In this one, I had no idea.
What was I doing? No, I'm right there with you. Like, you have a good idea of being like, oh, okay, he's trying to assess a certain situation and so on. So this one, it's like,
I had no idea what he was thinking.
Yeah, I don't even think he knew what the hell was going on. How did he get on the island? What the hell they were doing there? Like, he was just as confused as us, right? So he's just like
I said, to me, he was nursing a fucking hangover. You know, he was still drunk when he woke up. That's why he fucking sat down and he was like, I need to sit down.
Because he was
go back
lying
to
on his
sleep.
back. He was in the mountain. So it's not like he climbed in there and laid on his back.
He was laying on his stomach when they found him.
Yeah, he was like this. He was
passed out like
like
this.
slumped
That's
over.
why I was like, maybe he got super wasted on some radiation, because that's, you know, radiation, and he just
found a cave and just passed out.
Yeah, he just passed out, because who knows how long he can actually sleep for. He's a ginormous freaking animal, reptile thing.
This one was just
reptile.
Yeah,
giant reptile.
This one felt a little forced.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's a lot of this that I really didn't like. Like we said, the monster fights were great, but here's something that kind of bugged me is the first time Godzilla and Ebirah fight, Godzilla kicks Ebirah's ass, and you know, the giant lobster just kind of runs away.
The water's fine. Ebirah's like,
Splash!
Come in, the water's fine.
Splash! Steam, motherfucker!
Oh, that was cool.
Oh, nice! The Godzilla move!
Yeah.
Oh, no, I see. Put an aquatic backdrop in the back.
Yeah.
Water.
Have some fish.
Where are you motoring?
Get back here! Yeah.
And normally, that setup would be the first encounter Godzilla would lose, and he'd need to regroup and rethink his tactics and go at it a different way for the final fight. But it was just kind of, he kicked his ass and Ebirah ran away, so the second time Ebirah shows up, it's like, well, Godzilla's gonna kick his ass again.
He didn't just kick his ass, he fucking murdered him. He fucking ripped his fucking claws
ripped his hands off and just...
well,
let's just cut to some
didn't
clips
kill
of
him,
that.
but
That
yeah,
was great.
he ripped off his two claws and he kind of cowered away.
The motherfucker's gonna start
They could still survive without their claws.
Well, yeah,
he was
I
just
think
like,
they can...
he was looking for a fight the entire thing, because like, that random vulture that we thought was like
what the fuck
some
was that?
Rodan
We have to
thing.
look
Yeah.
that up.
And sitting on his tail.
What is that?
It's a big ass bird.
It's not Rodan, it's like a vulture. It's a... Godzilla, wake up. Oh, what? Good!
Roasted jerk.
Dinner.
In the water.
For Elvira, I guess.
Just
right?
some random
and then the freaking
giant
fighter
bird.
jets come out of like nowhere, and he's just like
just have
raging like through a fight like.
Because the
fucking-
There was
wingspan
this
probably had to
amazing
be 50
scene.
feet.
There was an amazing scene of like Godzilla versus some fighter jets that reminded me so much of Kong beating the shit out of the helicopters in Skull Island.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that one.
That was great.
Yeah.
I like the one that he palmed in between his hands and crunched it up.
fantastic.
It was just like, oh yeah.
I like the one he hit with his tail. That was good.
For a bit, he was losing. They were getting a couple shots,
Yeah,
but some of them even looked like they were just suicide bombers.
Yeah.
Some of
He
them
just,
went
like,
for
flew
the
straight into
stomach
him.
and went, yeah, exactly.
I love watching some of the missiles come off the planes, how they go like,
Yeah, just
straight down.
Straight
It's like,
down.
you're not aiming
Yeah.
this way. Which way?
Some
which way
you
is
just watch
flying?
them, they're
Like,
going
it's
all
going
different
straight down.
ways.
I love how they're just like the ends of flares too. Like it's not the full effect of a flare because if you keep the flare there, it'll freaking burn the entire thing. I definitely think we should look into what that fucking bird thing was.
Yeah, let's find out what the hell that bird guy was.
Bothering the shit out of me.
So that thing is known simply as a giant condor, a minor kaiju on the same level as the octopus that fights King Kong. Its only appearances are this film and All Monsters Attack, which features reused footage from this film. What'd you guys think of the new Shobijin?
No.
Yeah, no, that
No.
whoever,
Didn't like the song, don't like the
We want
look.
the original spec. What happened?
Yeah,
And those are not the same Shobijin.
no, those are new actresses. Yep. And the Shobijin themselves, like the original two actresses, they were singers. They weren't actresses, but they could act. These two can't. They're like.
They did a really good job with the last Shobijin. I don't know why
Yeah.
they changed them.
The new ones are just, they're stone-faced and monotone the whole time, and they've got that ridiculous brown paint on their faces. I hate these Shobijin.
Me too. Side note though, awesome doll work.
Yeah.
Oh, they're little toys.
So it could be a different outfit, remember? Because
They didn't look like toys at all until the camera moved.
Yeah, I know. They
Yeah,
didn't look
that
like
was
toys until the
amazing.
camera
I thought they
moved.
were actually people, and it panned out, and I'm like, oh, they're people. They're little toys.
they did
Every
a lot
time
better
the
job.
Shobijin turned into dolls, they were great.
People on the boats.
And the people on the
The
boats.
people on the boats
Yeah.
with the little rowing. I love that part.
Any miniatures paddling were amazing.
You just see
Did you live in an islanders area?
look at those little things. Every one of those shots is so fucking bad. I love it though.
Look, me.
Oh, one's not even moving. One's broke.
One's broken.
One guy
He's just giving up. He's just like, no, we're not gonna make this.
I lost my bananas. There's no will to go on.
Yeah, that's something I want to bring up, is that there were some effects in this that were a lot better,
Right?
and
Like
some
when-
effects that were a lot worse.
when they're in the road, right? And you see actually them talking, and then all of a sudden you see them moving, and it's actually them,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
and there
Yeah,
was
some
a
of their
shot
effects
of
were a lot better.
there was a shot of like the natives of Infinite Island running towards Mothra that looked really great
Was
until
fantastic.
some of
Very
the
end.
Yeah.
until some of the actors
Got to
ran
the
too
edge.
far.
They
Because
started disappearing.
It was clearly two shots, Mothra on top and the natives on the bottom, and
Yeah.
sometimes the natives would run too far and bleed into the Mothra shot, and it just...
The other thing that you pointed out that was all black, and you were like, when Mothra's
Mothra
flying away, and it looks like a bird instead of a moth.
And I think it was stop motion as well, like there was something really jerky about the wing movement.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Oh, it's like shit.
I don't like that.
Looks like a bird.
When the hell have we ever seen his wings flap that way?
So,
Star ratings.
Star ratings.
Star ratings.
Who wants to go first?
3.5.
3.5?
3.5.
I was gonna say 3.
3.5. Oh, the reason I said 3.5 is because of how much better the costumes are actually getting. They're getting more physical. Okay, he's able to move more. They're getting more animatronic and more facial.
There's more articulation to
the
the
only
face.
issue I had was when that one spot where the top of the teeth fell and it looked like it was just gummy.
Yeah. It's famous, so it's.
He had no teeth in that shot. He was
Gum.
all gums.
He's all gummy.
For one
That's
shot,
technical
Godzilla was
difficulty.
all gums.
And then all of a sudden, he had his teeth back. It was like, they picked that up quick.
Yeah, drop it.
So 3.5, do you want to say anything more about why 3?
Well, yeah, because Mothra, you know, when it's in the shot, looked all beautiful with some of the hair, looked perfect, and then it panned out and it was like a totally different one. It looked like a raggedy
Like, it was jarring how
stuffy
different
that
the
my
two
grandma
models
had, and
looked.
she just like passed it down. Was like, "Here, this is a family heirloom," and you're just like, "Oh, keep it on the closet. That looks cute." But
Yeah.
other than that, like for Godzilla, yeah, the costume's great. It's It looks kind of rubbery though. Like when he did sit down, like
the
a
full
whole
body
crease
looks
went
a
up
little
into
weird.
his armpit.
It seemed a lot more silicone.
Yeah, but
yeah, definitely.
other than that, yeah, I give it a 3.
Alright.
I'll go 3.8, and mine's simply because I agree with them on the aspects of the costumes. There was a lot more detail paid to attentions where there wasn't before, but there was also a lack of, you know, due to the articulation that they were trying to give, they couldn't have the costume a lot more full. So a lot of the shots I felt were hidden and, you know, like trying to, like, you know, the aspect of him just sitting there. Why? Probably because they couldn't show him continuing to go because you'd start to see the fucking flap and you'd probably see the back of his legs or something. Like, just certain parameters that they had to cut because they wanted to get, like, the eyes and effects and stuff like that.
Right.
With
So
blue
it seemed like
screen and...
instead of an overall improvement of the costume, it was like improvements in certain areas which caused worsening of other areas.
Right, so it was kind of like that. And also because I found that I could find a lot of amusing moments. Like, I amused myself throughout it more. So, like, the fact that one guy sounded like the Skeksis. How many times did I go,
You, the two of you.
He was my favorite
Let's
part.
cut together all of those clips.
Yeah.
I love his voice. So high pitch. God damn it.
For myself, 2.5. Did not care for this one. Godzilla doesn't do anything for 45 minutes.
Hit him with it. Nice.
The first fight didn't make like plot structure sense. The new Shobijin annoy me.
I hate these Shobijin.
Me too.
These figurine doll toys.
Yeah, those were incredible.
These Shobijin are ugly as fuck.
The dubbing was awful. The fuck.
Just shredding it to pieces. There's nothing left of this movie.
And the ending was lackluster.
We got to see Godzilla do a cannonball. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Sort
Godzilla
of.
jumping into the water was kind of cool.
Sort of cannonball because he couldn't really hug his
He
knees.
just like jumped in. And it was...
And it immediately cuts away because we can't see that the water's, 6 inches deep. Yeah, a lot of problems with this movie. It didn't add anything new. Like, even within the fights, we had rock volleyball again, and I'm like, come on, do something different. So,
Well, like, they had more of a
underwater
aiming
fight.
destruction aspect for Godzilla because
They did have the underwater fight.
and they
there was the
did
underwater
briefly
fight.
go
That was
underwater
pretty cool.
a couple times. That was
That was
pretty
actually
fun.
quite decently done, I thought.
Yeah.
for the time, yeah.
So, like,
66.
the 2.5 goes to, you know, more articulation in Godzilla's face, fun monster fights, overall fun plot. I should also mention some of the sets were really great. There was this factory set that was like straight out of classic Star Trek and was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, this is awesome.
But nevertheless, it was none too fresh. So I'm going with 2.5.
That's fair. Yeah.
Which I think rates it pretty low on average.
Yeah.
We'll cut to the chart. As a matter of fact, this is the lowest rated movie on our chart so far. Considering how much fun we had watching it, I have obviously been an unfair asshole tonight, and therefore, I'm retroactively changing this movie's rating to a solid 4. This is a good movie. So next will be Son of Godzilla, which Cypher's really looking forward to.
He's so excited.
Matt just lit up.
Like,
he was just like, and next, Son of Godzilla, he's like,
are you aware that, like, Manila is, like, both reviled and loved by fans? Like, people hate him and love him.
and people love who?
Manila.
That's the
Mini Godzilla.
That's
Godzilla's son. That's his name.
That's his name. You didn't know that?
Manila.
You just figured
Mini
that out for
Godzilla,
the
Manila.
first time.
You've never heard his name before.
I'm changing his name.
It's not Manila anymore.
No, because when you say that to me, all I think of is an envelope.
Or Milli Vanilli.
How do you think of an envelope?
A manila envelope.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Is it really?
You never do.
We're learning
You
stuff
guys see
today.
all this?
I like this.
I'm the oldest one here.
That's going in.
I'm the oldest one here, and I don't know what a manila envelope is.
Like those yellow flap at the top envelopes?
The tall yellow ones?
Yeah.
For
I didn't
big
know they
sheets of
actually
That's a
paper.
manila envelope, yeah.
I just call them.
Resumes.
I just call them yellow envelopes. Straight up.
So
Those
this
are
is-
not even yellow. They're kind of like an orangey.
So that was more informative than the movie. So next will be Son of Godzilla, and we'll try to get that one out to you on a relatively quickly. We all work for a living. We're trying. We're doing our best.
Yep.
Trust me, I'll be pushing for it though.
As usual, if you guys like this video, like it. If you want to see more, please subscribe to our channel, which is Lazy Alien. Once again, my name's Kevin.
I'm Cypher.
Need more facts, Matt.
Of course.
And we're out.
Right.